Good evening. How is everybody this evening? Hope everybody had a good weekend. I hope your weekend was good and you accomplished what you wanted to accomplish this weekend, and that everybody had a good time. Oh, I have a visitor. Hold on, I'll show you real quick. My little petite flower. Of course, there's Max. Max is generally not too far from me if he's in the house. All right. So, first of all, before we get started, I just want to remind everybody if we have any problems with the stream, interruptions, that I will get back on as soon as I possibly can. I am hoping that with having switched over to the fiber optics, and so far we've had good streams. Hopefully, we don't have any interruptions. But if we do have an interruption, and time will tell, and then we'll kind of really know, was it the internet or what was it? Okay, so. But anyway, if there's any interruptions, I will get right back on as soon as I can. You may not get a notification, so just be ready for that, okay? Just putting that up there ahead of time. I just got up from a wonderful 2-hour nap, and I will tell you why I needed that nap in a little while. But other thing I want to remind everybody that this is a very family-friendly oriented channel. So I would ask you to please be kind and be decent in the comments and stuff like that. No racism, no nastiness, because we're just not going to tolerate it. Follow the simple rules, and these awesome people that are lit up in blue will definitely keep the chat clean. They will boot people out of here that don't comply. All right, just be decent. That's all. Simple as that. All right, so. A couple things before we get started. I want to talk about this topic because I think it's important. My stance on it might not be what you think it's going to be, and I'll explain everything as we get into this. We're going to be talking about the Methodist Hospital in Houston, okay, and the lawsuit that was happening with that. Did you wear yourself out stacking wood? I will tell you, so first of all, look, before we get, I'll talk about that in just a second. So in the beginning of the video, anybody that watched today's earlier video, you could hear gunshots in the background, okay? And I have a neighbor someplace that way that likes to shoot, and they shoot often, especially on the weekends. And I'm like, I said to my sister, I go, you hear all those gunshots? And she's like, yeah. I go, number one, that ain't a shotgun. So I said, whatever they're shooting, you got to figure with today's ammo prices, you're looking at close to $1 a round. And they were banging it up. I'm telling you, they were going to town. And I'm like, man, I mean, I like to shoot, don't get me wrong. But man, for $1 a round, and it's probably target practice. They're not hunting. So somebody said they might be hunting. It's not hunting season up here. So they're probably just doing target practicing. And I get you want to stay proficient with your skills, but man, they were just absolutely going nuts over there. And you know, you got to figure at $1 a round. I mean, I'm like, man, that's a lot of money putting down range. But so that's what that was going. Okay. As far as the wood goes, I did finish stacking all the wood that I had outside today. So the wood that you saw in the video earlier that I still had outside, it all got stacked. Now, I got down, I had maybe 60 pieces of wood left, and I went in there and I said, Beck, I said, come and help me with the rest of this. I said, I'm almost done, but I'm played out. I don't have much left. And she's like, oh, okay. And she comes out and she goes, oh my God, it's almost all gone. I'm like, yeah. So, you know, she helped me with that last little bit, and it really helped. So I got that done, and then I took a shower, and man, I'll tell you, and I'm going to tell you what, it was warm today. So when I took my shower, I took a nice ice cold shower. I mean, it felt awesome. But yeah, so anyway, so that was that. But yes, I got all the rest of the wood out here. It was 8-face cord that we had out here all together. So 3 full rows done, and then the start of the next 2, the rise up part on the end, and then a little bit of wood there. So what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to order another 4-face cord, and that should pretty closely get me where I need to be in my woodshed. So we'll see what happens. And then we still have the other 4-phase cord on the other side over here. So, but anyway, so let's get into this topic, okay? So let me just make sure I say this correctly. A U.S. federal judge has dismissed the lawsuit brought on by 117 workers at Houston Methodist Hospital. All right. So here's the problem. They said the lead plaintiff, and I'm going to give you her name, Jennifer Bridles or something. I'm not sure. I can't even read my own writing. How funny is that? But she's a nurse at the hospital. She was the lead plaintiff in this. In her argument that the vaccinations were experimental and that they were dangerous. Okay. Now, do I disagree with that? I really don't. Okay. I don't disagree with that. But it is emergency released. Okay. So that's one part of it. As far as dangerous, again, what they should have been arguing as far as in their lawsuit was the long-term effects are not known, but they did not. I don't think that they did that. They were saying, what they were saying is, but what the judge ruled on, guys, he ruled on the fact that it's optional. If you want to work for that hospital, okay, then you have to have, they're requiring you. It's just like, I guess they were saying that this same hospital, that if you worked at the hospital since like 2009, if you were going to work there, you had to have the flu shot. Okay. But here's the thing that you're not hearing about in the news about this situation. Okay. And I think this is an important part of it, because these 117 people wanted this lawsuit. They wanted to do it this way. They had an option, so the hospital is saying that 24,947 people complied with the vaccination requirements. But what's being left out a lot, more than 600 people, and this was an option as well that was able to be done, could have done an exemption, which more than 600 did, for either medical or religious reasons. Okay. Now, the beauty of opting out for religious reasons is you don't have to disclose what religion you are, because that is a violation. And you can say that, yes, I'm opting out of this because of religious reasons. It could be for your own well-being, your own mental health and state of mind. Okay. So over 600 people did do that. These 117 that were part of this lawsuit wanted to stand out, wanted to be different. Now, the problem, like I said, again, any hospital can mandate anything that they want to do. You, as an individual, have a choice to either comply with that or not comply with that. It's pretty simple, realistically, okay? And so I'm going to tell you what, as a nurse, I've been in nursing a long, long time. There are a ton of jobs out there. So you are not like, oh my God, what are my options? Where am I going to go? You can go anywhere you want. And realistically, if you're a nurse, you can go anywhere in the country that you want to go. That's the reality of it, okay? But the problem, like I said, again, I personally don't like the fact that they're mandating these type of things. Hey, Mountain Kayaker, I don't recall ever being forced to take the flu shot, and now they are forcing us to take the COVID V. No thanks. Now, I like I said, I don't disagree with that. Different places have different policies. Even, like I said, any place that I've ever worked, the flu shot was optional, but the way that they did it, again, the carrot and the stick, right? The way that they did it is if you didn't take the vaccine, the flu shot, then you would have to wear a mask for literally 6 months straight. Now, obviously, a lot of people found out what that's like. Hey, down. Down, Ella. Good girl. Sorry, she was getting up on the bed and Max was not wanting to be part of that. So, but again, it's like, I don't like this. It's a game that's being played. I think a lot of these places. Now, see, this is what I would be curious of. What was the hospital incentivized? Which way were they monetarily rewarded for having a percentage of their people be vaccinated or not? That would be what I would be curious about. You know what I mean? Can you guys, or somebody saying I sound muted? Can you guys hear me okay? I'll bring this closer. Is that better? Because I just brought the microphone closer. I have a fan going here, guys. Again, I tell you, very, very humid today. And, but yeah, like I said, personally, like, you know, even the situation, loud and clear, cool. Okay. All right. Awesome. Thank you, guys. It's a choice that we all have to make, an individual choice. Hey, Freddie left you. Did you hear Bill Margelli? Hold on a second. I didn't see it. Wants a new law passed for modifying car and motorcycle exhaust in New York, includes fines and jail. I did not hear that. He wants a new bill. Yeah, they're nuts. New York State's nuts, guys. I'm telling you what, absolutely nuts. Thank you for. I did not see that bill, but thank you for sharing that. And I do appreciate it. Open House, Texas. California governor announces lottery winners for the folks who entered getting vaccinated. If it's not a red flag, I don't know what was. Yeah, you know what? And I agree with you. I agree with you 100%. I have a real issue, so we'll talk about New York numbers, okay, real quick on that level. I wanted to share this with you guys. So Cuomo says New York, their single day COVID positivity rate reaches a record low. Okay. The rate continues to decline in New York State. According to Andrew Cuomo, single day COVID positivity rate dropped to a new record low on Saturday, landing at 0.035%. Meanwhile, the state's 7-day average percent positive rate was 0.42%, which is tied with Massachusetts for the lowest rate in the United States. New York's 7-day average percentage positive rate has now declined for 69 consecutive days and reached a record low for 16 consecutive days. So they've reached record lows as far as new people getting it in New York State for 16 straight days, for records in 16 straight days, but have declined for 69 straight days. In terms of hospitalizations, 630 people in New York hospitals on Saturday with COVID-19, which is down 51 from the day previous. Of those hospitalized, 170 were in ICU, 95 which required intubation. Okay. This is coming from Cuomo. New York State's COVID-19 numbers continue to hit record lows, and New Yorkers are already returning to normal, and that's why we're reducing restrictions, providing vaccination incentives across New York State. Vaccination is a key to success, which I think is full of crap. And New Yorkers who get vaccinated improve the public health and protect their families and friends. So again, they're just playing their little word games. So New York's, according to the CDC, 69.7% of New Yorkers 18 years and older have received at least one dose of COVID-19 vaccine, while 61% have completed all of their vaccine series. Now, that, first of all, none of us will know if those numbers are true, number one, okay? Number two, they had, Cuomo, if you guys remember, I did a video of it earlier, a couple days back, where he was saying that if we hit 70% vaccination rate in New York State with at least one dose, that they'll get rid of all restrictions. Well, they should be getting rid of all the restrictions anyway when you have record lows for 16 straight days of new cases, number one, and 69 days in a row of it declining, okay? And not all of that is because people are out there getting this vaccination, which, oh yes, by the way, you still can get the virus even if you are fully vaccinated, which people have gotten, okay? Just putting that out there. We got 939 in the chat, guys. We got 266 thumbs up. If you have not shot a thumbs up yet, I would ask you to please do so to show support for the channel. And thank you very much ahead of time. Also, again, it really does help with the algorithms. So the more interaction that we have with the channel, the better it is for the channel. So I thank you for doing it for that reason as well. Of course, the third reason, I do like to see a lot of thumbs up, just a little game. So the more we get, the better. So thank you for that reason as well. Yeah, I saw that, JD, too. So some experts claim vaccinated people will die within 2 years after receiving the vaccine. You know what? Again, speculation. I'm not going to sit here and say, yes, that's true. Won't do it because we don't know. Nobody knows. Nobody can say that, yes, that's an absolute fact that that's going to happen, because why would people continue to do this if that was going to, that was something that was absolutely proven to be true? That people would be insane. They would be insane. Okay. So, but if you have, so I want to get back on this rule. Oh, and again, guys, if you're not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell icon to get all notifications as well. And thank you ahead of time. So here's the other thing. And I wanted to, if wherever you work, whatever you're doing, and again, I'll use the example of our own situation. Okay. So Heather, the school is requiring that all the kids get vaccinated, but you can opt out because of medical or religious reasons. We have filled out that paperwork to do the religious exemption, which I'm sure she will get. They can't refuse you because of your religious beliefs to not get this vaccine. So just like the Methodist Hospital in Houston, where over 600 people, and again, you're not seeing that in the news that much, okay? But over 600 people opted out for medical or religious reasons. The people that did this lawsuit wanted to do it to pull it up there. But again, with any job, where you work, wherever you're going to go, it is a choice. Anything is a choice. If you want to get the flu shot, you get the flu shot. If you don't want to get it, you don't get it. But again, like I said, in the nursing community here in New York, and I don't know if they're going to change that or not, but if you didn't get the flu shot, now they're all wearing masks anyway, right? Now that everybody's supposedly going to be fully vaccinated, they're lifting those restrictions. I am seeing a lot more people out in the general public now without a mask on. Okay, I'm seeing a lot more of that, and it actually feels weird because, like I said, I felt like I was special. I'm special. I'm not doing what I'm told, So pretty funny actually, but But again, if you are at a job and they're requiring it, you can opt out for medical or religious reasons. And again, you don't have to go into great detail. You don't feel like you have to explain yourself. If you choose not to, then choose not to. But you know what? There's always ways around things. Always ways around things. So the 600 people that work at that hospital that opted out because of religious or medical reasons, it's not like they got to have, a lapel on or something marking them as non-vaccinated. I wonder, like I said, I want to know what the incentives that are giving to these places of business, these hospitals, what incentives are they giving for mandating these vaccinations? Again, I have a huge problem with it. You all know that. I mean, I'm not saying anything that you don't know, okay? As far as me and my immediate family, none of us are doing it, okay? So, so that's why when I see these things and they say that this percentage of people have done it, I have a real hard time believing that to be the truth. I'll be honest with you. I really do. I have a huge hard time believing that that's true. So, yeah, the Jews in Europe in the 30s and 40s thought that too, Ed. Well, it was a little bit of a different situation, and I get that. Now, don't get me wrong. The vaccine passport crap that's being pushed around, I think that's ridiculous. So, concert in New York City for vaccinated only. I did see that. Yes, I did. And that is That was the Foo Fighters are actually going to be doing a concert in New York City, and only vaccinated, fully vaccinated people, or at least I think if they've had one of the shots, are allowed to go, because that way they can all be, you know, under the mandates and crap, they can be mask free. Okay, again, that's that carrot part of it. Okay, and if you don't comply, then again, with that, nobody's forcing you to go to that concert. Nobody's forcing you. Okay. I don't care if my favorite all-time band was coming, and if they had that stipulation that that's what you had to do to go, guess what? I'm not going. Vaccine passports are being banned in many states. Yeah, I you know what? Like I said, when that was initially put out there, I'm like, that is way too intrusive as far as our rights as human beings. And again, what we do medically for ourselves, it's not anybody else's business. That's why they have the HIPAA laws. So that's a big part of it. So, but yeah, it just again, with this hospital, there's a lot of places that are doing this. This was put out in the forefront because of the lawsuit. And again, those 117 people, they're not being forced to get it. They're not. Okay. Now, if the hospital said, you know, well, again, if they want to work there, but again, they had that other option. They chose not to do that other option, and they decided to try to draw attention to themselves. I'm going to tell you what, I want to go low key. I want to go low key if I can. If that's a possibility, you know, through this whole thing with everything, I feel like we've been played right along. That's my opinion. Okay. Manipulation. And again, with all these rewards, if you do what you're told, man, I can't even begin to tell you how much of an issue I have with that. I really have a tremendous issue with that. So, you know, it is it's unbelievable. It really truly is, and that's unfortunately the way things are. You know, and until enough of us stand up and say no, you know, nothing's going to change, because you got to understand, most people are going to go along to get along. So it's the same as Nazi Germany. It's the same exact thing. Most of the people, as long as it didn't affect them directly, well, it doesn't affect me, so I don't care. Hey, mountain kayaker, you won't get me on an airplane until the mask mandate is over, but I would rather drive and see the landscape anyway. Yeah, no, and again, you know, as far as that goes, I feel the same exact way. I'm not going to go sit. You're sitting in a tin can, number one, okay? And this is what kills me. And thank you very much for the statement, and thank you for the donation as well. This is the thing, guys, that absolutely kills me, okay? So you go to the airport, they're all having you social distance, everybody's 6 feet apart, and then they jam you all into a tin can afterwards, and you're all right there, you know, butts to nuts, basically. So where's the safety protocols? Oh, yeah, and by the way, that little claw thing that you have on your face, it's not protecting you. Hey, Freddie left you. San Jose affiliate in Syracuse used tax $2 to construct the apothecary. Hold on a second. Now only fully poked taxpayers can attend events and like concerts. The amphitheater. The amphitheater in tax dollars. Yeah, and again, I understand, and I get you, and I get you. So what he's saying is the amphitheater in Syracuse, New York, that was built with taxpayers' dollars, is basically saying only fully vaccinated people can go to that concert there. So what we should have, guys, realistically, we should have bands that have not decided to comply with this nonsense, okay, and have concerts for fully unvaccinated people. I think that would be a great way to do it. And then if you are vaccinated, you can't come. But again, how do you prove? You know what I mean? But again, it's it's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. So yeah, games are being played, and so going back to what I was saying, like with Nazi Germany, going along to get along, and not, if that doesn't affect me, I don't care. So when the Jews were being prosecuted or persecuted, I'm sorry, persecuted, when they were having the issues that they were having, and now let's remember too, okay, let's go with Nazi Germany again here. The Jews, the Gypsies, the homosexuals, the Jehovah's Witnesses, the political dissidents. It was, so let's just remember that it wasn't, the mentally handicapped. They were exterminated too, guys, just so you know. They just got rid of them. But we don't hear about that because all we ever hear about is the Jews, which, whatever. I mean, they lost a lot of people, which is fine. What about the 6 million Jews, right? That's all you ever hear about. But you don't hear about, like I said again, you don't hear about the Gypsies. You don't hear about the Jehovah's Witnesses. You don't hear about the mentally retarded, the political dissidents. You don't hear about any of those people. All you hear about is what they're pushed out in our face constantly, right? So a lot of people were gone after in Nazi Germany. But if you were not in that group at that time, it doesn't affect me, so I don't care. Okay? So, and the thing is too, it's just ton of, same thing is happening now. It's the same exact thing. So if you are one of the ones that have gone along to get along, so that, just like I said, it's when they're telling you, well, you're doing it not just for yourself, you're doing it for other people. Israel's in big trouble with Netanyahu out now. I'll tell you what. I mean, the guy's corrupt as the day is long. We all know that. That's not a secret. That's not any kind of a secret. But the other two political parties came to an agreement to work together to get him out. And I think that weakens their country over there. I really do. So, but anyway, so there was a lot of people that were gone after in Germany, okay? It's the same type of situation here. The people, it just like when people will say, well, could it happen here? It already has. You look at how many people just did exactly what they were told throughout this whole thing. People like me and other people were the exception rather than the rule. And you would think that people would be like, well, wait a minute. You're taking away all my rights, all my freedoms, freedom to travel, freedom to do this, that, or the other thing. And, if you did travel, you were supposed to, 2 weeks of isolation and all this other nonsense. Okay. Once again, as you guys know, in January of this year, I went on vacation. I never wore a mask on vacation. I did what I wanted to do. When I came back home from vacation, I just continued to live my life. I'm not asking somebody's permission to do, and then, they're giving you, well, we're gonna give you these freedoms back. Well, I never didn't have them. I went where I wanted to go. Now, obviously, you couldn't go and eat at restaurants because they just decimated the restaurant industry, obviously, okay? There is a method to the madness. There's always a reason why everything happens. There's always a reason why everything is done. Again, they wanted to destroy the economy. If they could destroy the economy, that discredited the president, because that's what he was touting everything on. Look how great the economy is doing. Record low unemployment and all that type of stuff. And so with Biden trying to take credit for anything bouncing back, which I really have a hard time believing things are bouncing back when you have so many businesses that are just completely gone now. We are in such huge trouble in this country. Huge trouble. The cost of goods has gone absolutely insane. I had originally this year was going to do an addition onto, my house, and and I got my paperwork and did it the way that I had to with the permit and the whole 9 yards. Submitted blueprints and the whole nine of what I was going to do. Well, when the cost went from say $20,000 to do this addition to 60,000 plus to do the addition, that got put on hold. I don't have that kind of money. So, that had to get put on hold. There was no option. There was no choice. So a lot of people are not doing those additions or those things that they were going to do because of the cost of, just that. And that's just like lumber, any kind of supplies. If you're trying to get windows, any of that type of stuff, it's very, very difficult to get any of it. And that should be something that people need to really be paying attention to, So you look at the cost of food has gone up. You look at what they've done, emptying out the jail cells, letting all these prisoners out, early release, and putting them right back on the streets to go do what they do, which is rob and steal and be scumbags. And not all. Please don't think that I'm saying that every prisoner that's released is a lowlife and a scumbag, because they're not. And I get that. People make mistakes. I get that, okay? But when you have career criminals like, let's say George Floyd, right? Career criminals. He was in Judge Judy's court when he was 16 years old for stealing a car. Look at the video. It's there. It was him. Okay? You're talking about a career criminal. I think it was him. That was on. I think it was Judge Judy. But yeah, it's amazing. But we just sit there and go, yeah, okay, whatever, that's fine. Where's the incentive? Where is the fear of going to jail and doing time for doing bad things when they're doing this huge catch and release? And where's the incentive for the police officers to say, hey, I'm going to go out and I'm going to stop this crime, and then the criminal is right back on the street inside of 24 hours. So, I'm missing part of the conversation of something here. Yeah, the Constitution needs freedom of health. Yeah, that would be nice. That would be a nice thing. But another thing I wanted to address, guys. And before I do, I want to get into that in just a second. But real quick, I want to talk about my website, PrepperNurse1.com. If you go to my website, PrepperNurse1.com, we have the Prepper Nurse 1 community there, which is a resource for you guys to connect with like-minded people. If you are interested in doing that, you do have to register, but it's totally free. No credit card information is asked. And it's a good resource to go check out the message boards, connect with people in your country or state. So definitely check that out. Also, on my website, if you go there, we have the Forefathers, which is the CBD and hemp store. So if you go PrepperNurse1.com, you'll see their logo. If you click on their logo, it will take you to their store. If you decide to make a purchase over at the Forefathers website, make sure when you check out, you use the discount code PrepperNurse1. You'll save yourself 15% on your purchase. So definitely take advantage of that. Also on my website, go to my website, PrepperNurse1.com. You click on store, it will drop down. It says Legacy Foods. What we have available is there. Definitely take advantage of that. Long-term food storage, 25-year shelf life, GMO-free, gluten-free options available. It's made in the U.S. It is vegan. There are meat options, beef and chicken available as well. So if you're looking to add to your long-term food storage, definitely do that as well. I think it's great to have in your preps. And again, if you don't want to get Legacy Foods for your long-term food prep, whatever you want to use, Mountain House, Augustin Farms, whatever, definitely you need to have long-term food storage in your preps. But I will say that the Legacy is the largest portion size of any of the other freeze-dried food companies, okay? So just wanted to put that out there really quickly. We got 1,100 people in the chat, guys. We got 500 thumbs up. Let's jump that number up if we would, please. Please show some support for the channel by giving a thumbs up, and thank you for doing that. Also, it really does help with the algorithms. So the more interaction that we have, the better it is for the channel, and I thank you for that reason as well. The third reason is I like to see a lot of thumbs up, so that's just being honest. Again, if you are not subscribed to the channel, I would ask you to please subscribe. make sure you hit the bell icon to get all notifications as well. So I had somebody made the comment, as you can see, kind of tan, right? Really tan. I don't use sunscreen or anything like that. Hey, Judy Jackson, no gain water, all bad out west. By tomorrow, greater than, wait a minute, hold on a second. 5,200 head will be gone. Get your grain for animals now. Tractor Supply over $16 a bag. Wow. Oh, grain. No grain or water in the West. Okay. Yeah, you know what? And that's definitely, thank you very much for that information. And thank you for sharing that. And thank you very much for the donation as well. There is going to be shortages. Things are going to be short. The crops are, they're just not there. They're not growing. We get a lot of our grain, you know, obviously out west, and there's a lot of drought going on out there right now. A lot of issues. So people need to be paying attention to these things. Again, there was talk of tomato shortages because you know, not enough tomatoes are coming in and stuff like that. And that's why I encourage you guys to always can. If you have your own canned tomatoes on your shelf, and you go in there and you got tomatoes, you know, hugely important. So but anyway, so I wanted to address this. So you see, I'm very tan. Okay. I don't use sunscreen. I don't lay out in the sun. If I'm outside and I'm working, I generally have my shirt off, as you guys know, because I sweat profusely. So wearing a shirt, it would just be sopping wet, stuck on me. So I just don't. I've always been like that. So it's not like, you know, I had somebody one time say, "What, do you think you look good with the shirt off?" And I went, "No, I'm hot and I don't care." So there you go. So somebody was saying with my history with skin cancer that I should be careful. I wanted to clarify that, okay? My type of skin cancer that I had was a deep tissue cancer. It had nothing to do with laying in the sun or being out in the sun. You know, I have dark skin, so I tan really easily. And, you know, yeah, no steel for the canning. That's what they're saying. Okay, the tomatoes are rotting in the fields. Wow. Yeah, that's all by design. Everything by design. So what happens then? Food shortages, prices continue to rise. Imagine that, right? So, but anyway, the type of cancer that I had was a deep tissue cancer. It was a form of skin cancer, but it affects 1 in a million people. So it's a really rare kind of cancer. So of course, you know, I have to get that kind. But the beauty of it was, again, that the cure rate for me was 98% of the people that get my kind of cancer survive. And only in 5% of those people, so in 95%, it does not metastasize, which means it moves to another part of your body. Very fortunate. My cancer doc said that if you had to pick a cancer, you picked the right one. So I will always consider myself very blessed. Not fun to have to deal with. I can honestly tell you that having somebody cut out part of your back is not a pleasant experience. I would not recommend it to anybody. I really wouldn't. I wouldn't wish cancer on my worst enemy. Cancer is a brutal thing, and unfortunately, we have a lot of people that get it. But now I get really dark every year. I get outside like today. I mean, I was just doing my thing, but I know I got a lot of sun today. But it wasn't like I was laying out in the sun. So just wanted to kind of clarify that for people. But I never use sunscreen. I'm not going to put chemicals and crap on my body. I'm just not going to do it. That's just my own personal choice. So, all right, we got people. Easy, y'all. Easy with the egg count. We have not gotten to that point yet. Don't be. See, if you're being pushy, I'm going to make you wait longer now. Sorry, that's just the way it goes. And I am going to make you wait now. So don't go throwing up no egg numbers because we're not doing it yet. When I say Let's do the egg count. Then we'll do the egg count. You guys don't determine. And I know we're close to that time, probably within inside of 5 minutes. Inside of 5 minutes. Relax. Deep breath, egg count, people. Deep breaths. Relax. And I'm a jerk. But I'm really good at it. I'm really, I'm going to tell you, one of my talents throughout my life is I can really piss people off. And I'm very, very good at it. Oh my God. I'm getting forgetful. It used to be at 7:30. Yeah, but we kind of changed it because I would get talking, and the next thing I know, it would be 1:45. So by 1:45, 45 minutes into the chat. So we'll get there. So you know what I'm actually thinking of doing, and I want to hear you guys' feedback on this. Beck and I were talking about maybe setting up like a live chicken cam. So for inside the chicken coop, but also one outside for their yard. So you guys can like watch them during the day and see what they're doing and those type of things. So we're thinking about doing that. And I wanted to kind of get your feedback. Would you like to see that? Because it's like, they're kind of neat to watch. So a lot of you are saying you want to see it. Okay. Yeah, let me see what I can do. Let me see what I can do. A chicken cam, I think, would be fun, especially inside, to watch the way that they interact with each other and all that good stuff. So, all right, cool. A lot of you are saying, yeah, okay, I'll see what I can do. I got to see what I got to do to get that set up. Make it a separate channel. That'd be tough. But we could just have like another part of this channel as the live chicken feed type of thing. I don't know. I'll have to look into what I have to do. If I have to do a separate channel, then we'll do that. But so all right, we'll see what we can do. But anyway, so all right, now we will do the egg count. So I told you I'm just a jerk. So what are your guesses, guys, for egg count for today? Give you guys a few minutes. Put your guesses up here. All right, because he's not showing up to the live streams as much as he used to, because he's doing this thing called working all the time. Freaking doctors working all the time. What's the matter with them? If you had the same guess as Asif with 8 eggs, that's where we were at today. I'm just being a goof. I don't know why. I feel pretty good. Today. So, but yes, we ended up with 8 eggs today, and Asif had the right guess. He was one of the ones with the early guesses that he was right on it, and I'm like, oh my God, how funny is that? But yeah, so but nice and steady. Thick neck did lay today, so that was good. And Coop Cam channel. All right, I'll see what I can do. But yeah, and April Carey was another one that had the right guess as well. I think I only saw 2 people that said 8. And Asif was one, and April Carey was the other one. So, but no, we won't do a spy cam because you'll see them go. They'll go into the boxes, but we'll have it so you can't tell how many eggs are in the boxes. Actually, I did the cat earlier when we first started, but I will do. There's Max having a hard life. It's rough being him. Kitty porn. Sorry. Like I told you, I'm in a weird, funny kind of mood. But yeah, pay-per-view. Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah, Max is chilled. He's a good cat. He really, really is. Most of the cats are outside. He actually just came in before I started live streaming. So he probably was out running all day, and he's like, okay, time to come in and take a nap. Hey, Asif, I would like a chicken cam. I might become addicted to your chickens. Um, do you have chicken rehab? Oh my God, that's funny. Yeah, you'll have to go. We'll have like meetings, and you'll have to all stand up and say, like, I would stand up and go, "Hi, I'm Ed, and I'm addicted to chickens." Uh, let's see. I'm just seeing what you guys got here. Chicken Whisperer. Yeah, I'll tell you, my chickens are cool. I like my chickens. Do you use medicated chicken feed or regular? I used regular chicken feed, just regular feed for them. Hey, Leah, did you hear about the new 15% global tax that will be paid on the new global IRS? Any info or thoughts? It passed unanimously in the G7 summit. I did not see that. I did not see that. Uh, I'm going to tell you what. If that's if you're saying it's true, it's probably if it passed in the G7. I would like to see how they would try to implement that. I would like to see how they would do that. But I'm going to tell you what. There is going to come a breaking point where we, the people, are going to say enough is enough. Things cannot continue the way they're going, and they continue to taxes, and then you have, the cost of living just continues to go through the roof. It can't continue to go like that. Ed always has to keep it family friendly, and then he blows it. I don't. Hey, I swore once in the last live stream, but it was an accident, and it was not the F-bomb, which was a good thing. So, like I told you guys, I keep it family friendly on here. If you meet me in real life, I've had people meet me in real life and they'll swear and I'll go, "Oh, I'm sorry," and I'm like, "No, you don't understand." In real life, I swear a lot, a lot. I think it's a word. That's the way I look at it. It's a word, and who cares? So in real life, yeah, I swear a lot. Oh, you're talking about the kiddie porn? I got you. Hey, I'm not the one laying there with my legs all spread on the bed for everybody to see. That's I'm not the one doing that. So I did not blow it. It's still family friendly. Max is just Max is out there. Max does his own thing. But no, I hadn't heard about a tax, a 15% tax with the G7. Well, like I said, it'll come to a point where we the people will say no more. And when we do that in mass and finally have enough, then you'll see things change, and only then. So that's just no, that's fine. That's fine. She goes, just teasing. That's fine. I know you're teasing. I'm just kidding. I'm just joking too. See, now wait a minute. Now we got to show you. You've embarrassed him. He closed his legs. See how you did? See what you all did? He heard you. He heard you. Poor Max. Max, I'm sorry. Sorry, Max. I, I don't know. I'm being a goof tonight. So, but anyway, nothing's going to change until we make changes as a country. Until we stand up and say we're not taking this crap no more, that's the only way things are going to change. When we continue to comply and do as we're told and not buck the system, that's where you're going to have your problems. Do you use a deodorizer for Coop or Lime? Nope, neither one of them. Nope. I just the Coop. I clean the Coop literally once a year. Once a year in the spring. Other than that, I just continue to add the layers, especially as we get into the fall. It helps for the chickens to keep them warmer. So yeah, it's Biden is harassing the military cadets over the vax. Well, like I said, I know that like 40% of the Marines said no. So I heard Biden said this was for a global tax. Global tax for what? See, again, we need to stop, because that just means so many places wouldn't be paying it. We would be, but not a lot of other people. So it's going to come to a point, I'm going to tell you, and I really see it coming, especially as they push certain narratives. When you have your, you know, guns are bad, if you don't think like everybody else thinks, you're bad. When you have those things continuing to happen, you're going to continue to have problems. And we're going to continue to have problems. July 9th, cyber attack test, look it up, done by the World Health Organization. I believe that's what they meant. Bonnie Layfield just said that. Do I have an issue with chickens flying over the fence? No, not anymore. Once I raised the fence up, I did have an issue with that, and my dogs killed a couple of chickens. I ended up raising the fence higher along the entire outside of it, and I have not had a chicken fly over the fence since then. So also, companies will be even across the board and not leave the country to go somewhere else. Judy Jackson is saying that. Oh, is that what it's saying? Is it for business? It's a business tax? Maybe that's what it is. How high? I would say at least 7, maybe 8 feet my fence is now, all the way around. I think it's that high. I don't clip the chickens' wings, so their wings are not clipped either. I don't do that to my chickens, but I wanted to make sure that they stayed in the yard. They have plenty of room in there to do what they want to do. And so, yeah. But again, there's a lot of pressure. There's a lot of peer pressure. Like I said, there's a lot of, incentives to go ahead and get it. And so to me, that's a red flag. Have you ever seen anybody say, hey, listen, let's everybody go out and get the flu shot. And if you get the flu shot, we're going to give you this reward or this prize. I've never seen them do that or anything else. You ever see them do that for polio? When polio was happening, did you see them do it then? So, yeah, I just, again, I will say a couple of simple things. No problem with hawks. I got the tree cover up higher above the run, so a lot of times they're in the shade. So the hawks can't see down into the run if they're flying above. So the trees actually protect them that way. Again, experimental or emergency release, whatever you want to call it. Okay, emergency release is the correct term. Emergency release, not FDA approved. That's an issue. No long-term study to find out what the side effects are going to be against people 3 to 5 years down the road. That's an issue for me. So, those are probably two of the biggest things. And then the side effects that have happened, okay? The side effects that have happened, why would you take that chance if you are perfectly healthy? There's another issue that I have. So that's where I'm at. That's where I stand. Doing it for, the using the, oh, you're doing it for other people. Well, if I'm not sick, then I don't have to worry about it. That's the way I look at it too. So, and again, are you hearing now? Okay, think about this. Are you hearing now the talk about how long the incubation period is? They don't really talk about that anymore. I found that interesting as well. Again, this is another form of the seasonal flu. That's all it is. It's a flu. It's a flu bug. Okay? And it's not killing as many people, I think, as they had hoped, but it killed enough that they were able to, and of course, the numbers have been manipulated all along anyway. So that's It's just, you know, that's where I'm at with that one. Yeah, you know, I don't know if that whole thing with the magnet thing, I don't know how true that was, to be honest with you. You know, a good person to ask that would be Asif. I'm sure that he's had to administer it to people. Asif, is there any validity, you as a doctor, coming from you, of magnets sticking to people that have gotten the shot? Hey, Catowin, is a J&J different, not an MR or RMA? No, they all have that. They all have that. So J&J is not any different. Asif just put up here that that is false, guys. Okay. So there. Thank you very much for the donation, and thank you for the information, um, or the question, I should say. But Asif just answered the question about the magnet sticking. He said that is false. And so since he's a doctor, and I'm sure he's tested that out, you know, that, so there you go. Now here's okay, so I'm not trying to call you out, Asif, I'm really not. And you can decline this question. If you just say, if you, in the comments, if you just put decline, that's perfectly fine too. Have you gotten the shot as a doctor? Knowing the information that you know, being a prepper and stuff like that. I'm just, that's more of a curiosity question for me. And if you want to say, you know, decline to answer, that's perfectly fine as well. If you would let me know that, I'm just curious. Because I mean, obviously, you know, I'm not. All of you know that I'm not. As a nurse, never going to happen. He said, I have gotten a shot. Okay, well, there you go. That's just a curiosity question. I know some people did and some didn't. And again, it's absolutely a personal choice. There's zero judgment on my part if you wanted to do that. Zero. Like I said, I have my reasons. I'm sure you had your reasons why you did. And that's, you know, perfectly fine. So, okay. I was just curious. And I'm being nosy. Everybody else, tell me what you did. And I'm like, I just, you know, I was just very, very curious about that. I know, like I'll give you an example. Like my stepfather, perfectly healthy guy his whole life. I think it's because he's an alcoholic that nothing ever killed him. He just got a really strong constitution. And he went out and got them both. And I said to him, I go, I mean, he doesn't get sick at all. Rarely, very rarely does he get sick. And I asked him, I said, did you get it? And he goes, oh yeah. He goes, I got it. And I'm like, hey, okay. Just was, you know, I was surprised. And now he's 83 years old too, on top of that. So and now you have to tell us what your property taxes are. Oh my God. All right, you know what? I'll tell you what I'm going to. I will tell you what the property taxes for the property in West Virginia are going to be. Because who cares? I already told you how much I paid for the property, right? 25 acres of land in West Virginia. The property taxes for a year are $180. And I'm like, oh my God, sign me up yesterday. Because if you guys know what we pay here in New York for taxes, I mean, that is nothing. That is absolutely nothing. And I am really, really happy about that. Yep, Brian, me and Brian were, I've communicated with Brian, talked to him on the phone a lot of times, guys, and we were talking about that. And he told me what he's paying for his taxes. And, you know, it's like, and he's like, you know, but and he's like, you can get this exemption. And I go, listen, dude, no, you don't understand. I go, you don't understand. So, and I'm not, you know, I'm not saying anything bad. I was like, $180 is nothing. I have no problem paying $180. No, there's no buildings on it. No buildings on it. But the beauty is down there, guys. I don't have to get permission to build anything. There is you don't have to get permits to build and do that type of stuff. You don't have to. I know that they collect a lot of their taxes on like vehicles, ATVs, boats, you know, motorcycles, that type of stuff. That's where they get, yeah. So that's, yep, no building permits down there. So it's not like if I decide, whatever I do decide to build down in West Virginia, I don't have to go and get permission to build something on my own property, which always drove me nuts. But no, I am very, very much looking forward to getting this done, getting this going, and you know. But the property taxes down there are absolutely awesome and amazing. And so, like I said, I'm looking forward to starting that adventure. It'll be a lot of. I'm gonna tell you what. I am not delusional to think that it's not going to be a tremendous amount of work once I get down there, and I know it will be. But just like what we did here, I'll just work at it methodically, and you know, and do what I can, and try to get done what I can get done. And that's kind of how we're going to play that out. What? Are they not? Come over here. Get down. Come here. What? Are you good? You're. Listen. You were just outside. I brought you in at 7:30. You're fine. We wanted to be on video. She's so petite, little petite flower, 8 months old. Okay. All right. Oh. Chris Visson said 145 acres, $500. Yeah, I mean, it's, so I guess you're down there in West Virginia as well. Yeah. Yeah, it is amazing. Once you get out of states like California and New York, how much cheaper it is to live. Oh, thank you very much. Marissa just said beautiful dog. She is gorgeous. She really is. And she is just a big baby. And that's what I always forget, because of her size, because she's so big. 6 acres in Tennessee, $800 a year. And that's actually not bad either, realistically. That's not terrible. I mean, do you have anything on there, Spaz? Spaz Mama? Do you have anything on the property? Oh, how is the internet in West Virginia? Only 40% have it in South Carolina. Okay. Where the property was, I had internet access, and I also had cell phone service. So for whatever reason, it's a good spot, and I did check that out when I was down there. So, you know, I don't know what the taxes are based on, guys, to be honest with you. I have 17 acres in Missouri. Taxes $56, but I have to get, to get a building, but I'm getting a building this year. Yeah, okay. Randy Romines just said that she's getting a building this year. But yeah, again, different places, it's different. I will tell you what I had. Yeah, M. Darby says 40 acres and taxes are like $5,000. When I lived in Greece, New York, I had a 1/4 acre lot with a 1,912 square foot house. Okay, so we're not talking a big, huge area. You know, my taxes were $5,000 a year. That's what the taxes were there. So unbelievably, and then so from moving there to down here, my taxes down in where I'm at here right now are much, much less. Monroe County in New York is one of the highest tax counties in the country. So that is, you know, that's unfortunate, but that's the way it is. So what do we have? We got 1,000 people in the chat, guys. We're at 697 on the thumbs up. Again, if you haven't shot a thumbs up yet, I would ask you to please do that to show support for the channel, and thank you ahead of time. Have a New Yorker moving down the road from us, Sherry S. just said. Yeah, more and more people are getting out all the time, guys. More and more people are getting out all the time. Again, it really does help with the algorithm, so if you shoot a thumbs up, it really helps with the interaction with the channel. Comments are great. Thumbs up, thumbs downs. Obviously, we prefer the thumbs up, so I thank you for that reason as well. Also, again, if you're not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. Please make sure you hit that bell icon to hit all notifications as well. Oh, and I want to also thank, I got to thank my trolls. They're probably the most dedicated people to the channel. They watch every single thing. They try to get their little digs in, and they make like these little fake accounts, and they'll come in and they'll say something negative either about myself or my sister or somebody else. I just block them and delete them. But they continue to watch every day, and you know, thank you for that, guys. I really appreciate that part of the support. So thank you, trolls, for watching every day and helping the channel, because you're actually helping me doing that. So I know that pisses them off, but you know, if you hate me and you watch me, then you're a moron. Then you're a moron. So there you are. Yes, I see you. I never got it. I really don't. I don't get it. So, but my favorite, all-time favorite, I swear to you guys, I got an email one time. Basically, and I'm talking, it must have taken this individual half an hour to 40 minutes to write out this email, to point out all the points of why I was an a-hole. Okay. And I thought to myself, what kind of moron realistically wastes that much of their time to try to do that? Why would you waste your time? Don't you have other more positive things that you could be doing in your life? But that was one of my favorites. That was, I mean, it was a huge, long email basically telling me what a jerk I was. And I was like, well, thank you so very much. Obviously, I never replied. I deleted it, and that was the end of it. So I just thought that was funny. I don't even think I read the whole thing. So, you know, people are something. People are something. So, yeah, they don't have a life. And I think, you know, what it comes down to a lot is I think sometimes jealousy is a big factor of it. They wish they could do what you're doing, but they won't make the effort to make it happen. Oh, well, you're so lucky, but they never saw the struggle. They never saw the hardest parts, you know, of what happens and what you do. There will never have any kind of a work ethic. So they're not willing to put in that effort to do it anyway. So, you know, it happens. It happens. So, you know, none of this, what we did here, happened overnight. It took time, a lot of hard work and effort. And every year there's always more work to do. It doesn't go away. Just wood alone, stacking wood. I mean, it's brutal. It sucks. It's no fun. And that's why normally I like to try to have all my wood in and stacked and stocked up before June because like today, it was brutally hot stacking wood today, but I wanted to get it done and work on that. So yeah, it was not fun at all. So anyway, that happens. What are you going to do? But it's done. That part of it, I got to get more. I'll probably order another 4-face cord. So, but you know, again, I try to share and show what this life is about, what it's like, the good, the bad, the hard, the easy, whatever you want to put it. But I'm going to tell you what, for me, peace of mind, peace and quiet, good neighbors, having good neighbors is a huge part of it. If you don't have good neighbors, it can make things very difficult. And I'm very blessed that I have great neighbors. You know, the peace, the tranquility, no drama, no stress from that aspect of things. You know, there's still things that have to be done every day, every year, but it is, to me, I find it enjoyable. Believe it or not, even as tired as I was today, I found the routine of just stacking the wood, I find it relaxing, if that makes any kind of sense. I find it relaxing. I really do. I really enjoy it. And it's enjoyable. It really is. So I want to do some quick shout outs, guys. My buddy Icky Can up in Canada, go up there, support his channel, and he's a good guy. And if some of you guys would show up, show the link for Icky Can up there. Sean James up in Canada as well with My Self Reliance. Hey, BCat78, my winter wheat is almost ready to harvest. Going to use my new sickle to do it. So excited. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, having a sickle and doing it that way would be very, very cool. Thank you very much for sharing that, and thank you very much for the donation as well. So, but also we have Green Greg's is a great channel. Angry Prepper, love Angry Prepper. Myself, I said Myself Reliance with Sean James. Southern Prepper 1, Doug and Stacy. JJ just shot the link for Icky Can, guys. Definitely go show him some support. He's just sharing his life, and it's really, really interesting. And he's a really good guy on top of it. But the Purview Pepper Ed, before you go, how soon do you think you'll be ready to start showing videos from the new property? I'm looking forward to seeing what it looks like over there. Well, as soon as the property closes, we get to the closing date, I will be down there, obviously, for the closing. And when I get down there and do the closing, I plan on staying for maybe a week at that point, working on the road. So I'll be showing that. I will walk the property. I will do videos of walking the property and showing the different things and those type of things. So I have two more things that I have the information now that I have to send to the bank for my loan, that I'm actually going to send that tonight because I can send it by email. So I'm going to be sending that out to them, and I'm going to do that, and then we'll see how long it takes before I hopefully get the approval for the loan. As soon as I have the approval for the loan, then we're going to get the other aspect of it going with the property down there. And it should go fairly quickly, I think, after that. So I'm hoping to have it, maybe by the end of July or something like that. I don't know. I don't know exactly when, that it maybe August, for closing. And if that's the case, like I said, I'll take a week, set it all up, go down, do the closing, and we'll go from there. So looking forward to it. Really looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. So a couple quick other shout outs real quick I want to do. Obviously, we have Magic Prepper, Prepper Princess, Alaskan Granny. We have Alaskan Prepper, obviously, as well. There is a lot of great channels out there, and I think we should all be supporting each other. Yes, the RVs can, not when I go down for the week, but when I go down for the winter, I will be taking the RV. And the RV will be here at the homestead the 16th, I believe, is when they're delivering it. Margie and I have to go down on the 15th for a training class to show us how that works and all that. But they're talking about, I'm going to see if they can't bring it on the 15th, because that's what they told us originally. They would bring it on the 15th. So we'll see about what happens with all that. But we'll I'll share all that with you as well. But so a lot of great channels out there. We should be supporting each other. I think it's really Marfugal News. I didn't even say Marfugal. I can't believe it, with Adam. Another great channel. We should all be supporting each other, guys. We should not be fighting with each other, trying to put other channels down. We should be supporting each other. And I think that that's really, really important. Okay. So what I'm going to do now, we're at 875 in the chat. We're going to do We Are Legion. But before that, we're at 801. I want to see if we can hit 900 on the thumbs up today, at least 900. So again, if you have not shot a thumbs up, I would ask you to please do so to show support for the channel. And thank you for doing that ahead of time. Also, again, it really does help with the algorithms. So the more interaction that we have, the better it is for the channel. So thank you for that reason as well. Again, the third reason is I really do like to see a lot of thumbs up, just a game that I like to play. So Ed, can they force the jab to nursing home patients against legal guardianship? No, they cannot. They can recommend it, and usually families have to sign off. Patients always have the right to refuse in a nursing home. I know a lot of nursing home patients that would never get the flu shot, and there's nothing that they could do to force them to get it, and they never could force them to wear a mask or anything else. Hell, stop, you're fine. So, sorry, she's whining, and I don't know why. You were just outside, baby. I'll take you out as soon as I'm done. I promise. Okay? So, anyway, so if you shoot that thumbs up to show support, I appreciate it. Also, again, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell icon to get all notifications as well. So let's do this now. We are Legion because we are many. In the good Legion, like the Roman Legion, not the bad biblical Legion like the demons, okay? We're not them. We're good. We're good Legion. So where is everybody from tonight? What state or country are you guys at? Franklin County, Ohio, South Central Los Angeles in California, the Ozarks in Arkansas. We have Disneyland, Montreal, Canada, Amarillo, Texas, Georgia, somewhere Oklahoma, London, Highlands of California, Pittsburgh, PA, Alabama, Australia, very nice, Nowhere, Oklahoma, Buffalo, New York, Northern California, Cape Cod, Maryland, Waterloo, New York, Buffalo, New York, Highland Park, Illinois, Louisiana, Kentucky. Let's see, we got Alabama, Angola, Indiana, Syracuse, New York, Texas, Buffalo, New York, North Central Ohio, Cleveland, Ohio, Chattanooga, Tennessee, Western New York, West Virginia, Melbourne, Australia, very nice. Hella, stop with the whining. Pratt, Arkansas, Minnesota, Michigan, Port Charlotte, Florida, Troy, North Carolina, Keshewa County, West Virginia. I think if I said that wrong, I apologize. Germantown, Maryland, Hillsboro, Oregon, Gatlin, Pennsylvania, Vancouver in Canada, Alabama, Endicott, New York, Paris, Texas, New Hampshire, Eckhart, Indiana, Hollywood, California, Hutchinson, Kansas, Mississippi, Columbus, Ohio, Union City, Pennsylvania, Western Massachusetts, Hagerstown, Maryland, Nebraska, Texas, Chattaba, North Carolina, Mississippi, let's see, Concord, California, the Solomons, Maryland, Central Florida, Michigan, Tracy, California, Great Shores of Lake Erie, very nice, Southwest Pennsylvania, Highlands of Scotland, very nice, proactive, welcome, Mena, Arkansas, Central Florida. So again, guys, we are all over the country, all over the world, huge network, a huge family. We really are truly the ones that are awake, and we are the ones that can truly make a difference when the time comes. And I think we should try if we can. I really, really do. We're the ones that are getting ready. We realize how fragile the system is, and we've done something about it. Unfortunately, most of the people in this country do nothing, and they will never do nothing. So that's a scary thing in itself. So what are we at? 848, 849. We need 51 more thumbs up, guys, to hit 900. Can we do it? So we'll see. Let's see if we can hit that. Let's get that 50 thumbs up to get to 900. If you haven't shot one, please do so. And again, it's appreciated that you do that. I want to thank my moderators who are absolutely fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen that do keeping the chat clean. You guys are awesome. Really appreciate you keeping the chat clean, and it really does mean a lot. We don't get as many as the porn bots now, but we did have a streak where we were getting a lot of the porn bots. The trolls are always going to come in and try to disrupt things. That's what they try to do. They get their jollies out of it. But you guys are right on top of it, and thank you for that. Also, thank you all for being here. You guys are fantastic, and I appreciate you all, being here, showing support for me. You're why I'm here. You're why I'm doing what I'm doing. Chronicling our lives, sharing our lives, because, the majority of you, and when I say the majority, 98% that watch the channel like what we're doing. They like what we're about and what we're, where we're going. So thank you all for that. It really does mean a lot. What are we at? 879, no, 881 now. 19 away, guys. Come on, let's get those thumbs up. I want to, remember, guys, we are all in this together. We are one race called the human race, and as soon as we can focus on that and stop the nonsense, we're going to be in such better shape as a country in the world. We could accomplish so much if we actually work together and not against each other all the time. That would be a wonderful thing. Really would be. So remember that. We all bleed red, okay? Also remember to hug and kiss the ones you love. Tell them every single day Tomorrow is not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen in life. So it's really, really important that we tell the people that we care about every single day how we feel. Last but not least, STD, step, thing, and day. One step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Whatever you are trying to accomplish, whatever you are trying to do, the only person that can stop you from reaching your goals is you. That's it. Nobody else can stop you. Stay away from negative people that tell you what you cannot accomplish. Set realistic goals and then set about to making them happen. That's all you got to do. That's it. Any of us can do it. Believe me, if I can accomplish what I've gotten done here, anybody can do it. I couldn't tell you how many people told me that I would not succeed, that I would not get it done, and we did. You know what? And life has been better ever since. It really has. This is a hard lifestyle, but also very rewarding lifestyle. And if you like peace and peace of mind, this is where it's at. It really, really is. So, hey, I see we got it. We got 903. Awesome. So thank you guys. Appreciate that as well. But again, you know, life is what you make it. And if you want it to be a miserable existence, that's exactly what it will be. If you want your life to be better and to go someplace and to do things, you need to set a plan and make it happen. And that's all you got to do. It sounds simple, but it really is. Okay. I will see you all tomorrow. I hope everybody has a great day. I hope you had a great weekend. Prepper Nurse One, out for now.